Make no bones about it. No pun intended. The KD trade is title or bust. Title or bust. I'm not mincing words. I'm not sugarcoating it. None of that. None of that. And I'm somebody who agreed with the trade, and I probably would have done the trade 10 out of 10 times. Maybe 9 out of 10 times, but probably 10 out of 10 times. I think the net is worth it, especially in the near term. But that don't mean I'm gonna be happy if we don't win a title. All right, we must win a title with KD, otherwise it defeats the purpose. And I'm gonna go into some reasons why. First of all, we don't even got, well, the age has something to do with it too, because he said he's gonna retire in Houston. He's gonna retire Rocket. It's gonna be a 2-year extension after this last year that he has. So he's gonna be with the Rockets for 3 years. You know, that's kind of the expectation. So there's that. And he's not gonna play basketball again. So in them 3 years with KD and the stature he has in NBA history, he wasn't coming here, you know, just to have fun and be on vacation in his twilight years. Absolutely not. Let me explain. When he went to the Golden State Warriors, what was the expectation? Title. Got that. Success. After that, he went to the Brooklyn Nets. What was the expectation? And I know it was a free agent signing, but he went there, he got there. For whatever reason, they didn't win. They had injuries, whatever. People largely viewed that as a failure of a signing. And then they ended up having to trade him to the Phoenix Suns, who many thought, myself included, when he got there, hey, him and Book and Beal, yeah, they're probably gonna win a title. That was the expectation. Let's not play games. Let's not mince words. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. We're not about to switch up now. We're not gonna do that. It was the same thing. Like, everywhere he's been since he left Oklahoma City, there was title expectations while he was there. He won a title in only one place, and that was Golden State Warriors. So we're not about to change that up right now with the Rockets talking about something. Well, no, it's not a failure. We had to do it. The other teams had to do it too. The other teams had to make their move to go get him too. But it was still viewed as a failure. Just because he with the hometown team now, that don't mean that you get to play with what they call it, handle it with kid gloves. We're not gonna do that. Because I was told when you a number 2 draft pick, you're supposed to be a Hall of Fame level player, and when you're not that, you a bust and you a failure. So we got that player up out of here, and we brought in a real stone cold killer. And when you remove cancer from the body supposed to get better, right? So we removed our cancer, and we got the cure now. Okay, we got the cure. So we supposed to be better. We supposed to be. It's title or bust. I understand, you know, being realistic and things happen. It's the NBA. I totally get that. That doesn't change your expectations. That doesn't change what the goal is. And not that it doesn't change expectations. That doesn't change the goal. Your expectations can be whatever they are, but you can still have a goal that's outside of your expectations, like above your expectations. Expectations and goals are not the same thing. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, man, like, 3 years, that's a lot of pressure, right? So I always say, man, when you make a blockbuster trade like that, the best time to win a title is that first year, because the league gets to adjust to you every year after that, and it becomes harder and harder. So, and I'm not saying that we got to win a title this year. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying within this 3-year period, we got to bring home at least one title, or this KD thing was pointless. Not pointless, but it was a failure. Period. Point blank, period. If we say the same thing about everywhere else he's been, why is it different now? Oh, because we still have young assets and all that. First of all, let me explain something to you. The only way we run back the same roster next summer is if we win a title next year, next June. If we win a title next June, then we can justify running back the same roster that we just brought back. Obviously, it'll be like ancillary changes, but nothing major. However, all them assets and young players that you like, if we don't win a title next year, at least 2 of them is gone. We see 2 of the assets we already had already gone to go get KD. And this is an older KD. We got rid of JG. We got rid of the 2025 first round draft pick, number 10. And also Dylan Brooks, who in this deal was seen as salary filler, but I think he was valuable in that trade. So we got off of two assets, man. You know what I'm saying? You can say three, but we're going to say two. Got off of two assets. And with this being KD and KD being a year older, you're probably going to want to bring in some heavier artillery, you know what I'm saying, to bolster your chances of winning the title in 27 if you don't win it in 26. You know what I'm saying? So if next summer, let's say we even go to the finals next year and it's a close run, I can guarantee you we still gonna make some kind of a move. And one of them young assets, one of them young guys, and one of them trade picks from one of them draft picks from Phoenix out of 27 and 29. One of them is gonna be gone. All right. I just want y'all to understand that. That's how this works. Let's not try to protect our egos now because we know we was talking a whole bunch of nonsense, chatting nonsense before this trade. And now, see, let me tell you what happened. See, what happened was there was a lot of very loud and strong opinions and hypotheticals going out there in the fan base. There's a lot of loud and strong hypotheticals and opinions. But now that the rubber finna meet the road, now that there's finna be proof of concept, now that your feet finna be held to the fire, now all of a sudden you can't hit as much on the squat rack. Now all of a sudden you can't leg press as much because your feet being held to the fire. All of a sudden, because all of them things that you was talking and running your mouth about, now the chickens is finna come to roost one way or the other. Of course I want us to win the title. Of course I want us to do all, I want us to three-peat with KD, because that'll be, boy, I'd be an insufferable person if we end up three-peating. I'll tell you that right now. However, that don't change the fact that this is a twofold thing. Like, not winning the title with KD defeats the whole purpose of getting KD to begin with. We were told, I was told this. I don't know if y'all was told this, but I was told we needed a go-to scorer. That was the only thing that we was missing. That's what I was told. Okay, now that we got that, what's the excuse? All right, what's the excuse? I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear nothing. And if you taking what I'm saying some kind of way, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. You're just gonna have to deal with that. But I'm not mincing words to protect nobody's ego. Not even myself. I'm not mincing no words. This is what it comes down to. You don't trade for a Hall of Fame level player who's still getting it done on the court, only to, be okay with not winning the title. I actually put a poll out on Twitter, on the Rockets Twitter community page. I asked simply, hey, would you be okay if we don't win a title in the KD years? And the reason I put the poll out is because I notice in the fan base, people just like to blow with whichever way the wind blows. They go with whatever way the wind blows. Whatever their favorite person said, that's what they just gonna go with, and they just gonna repeat what somebody else said time and time again, and they don't look into nuances or nothing. They don't verify and cross-check nothing. They just repeating somebody else's opinion without you going to go, see if it make any sense at all. But this is what it is, man. That's what it is. And that poll, last I looked, it was like 250 people that voted, and it's like 24%. It was 24% yes that they would be okay. So 25% of people said that they would be okay if we didn't win a title with KD. That is, you want to talk about copium, man? They snorting all kind of copium up their nose, man. You got to stop doing that. Copium not good for your lungs and for your brain cells. I'm telling you, it's not good. Quit, get that blowout, get all that sniff out your nose, please. But anyway, yeah, man. So I just want y'all to understand, like, this is what happens when you have a player like this. This is like this. It would be the same thing if, like, look at the Lakers with LeBron. Like, every year that they don't win a title, they see that season as a failure. And he signed there. He already brought them a title, bubble title, but that's a whole nother topic. But he already brought them a title. Every time they don't win, they see it as a failure. That's what happens. Look at the Golden State Warriors. Every time they don't win with this iteration of this team, they feel like they're failing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you reach a certain look at the Denver Nuggets. They didn't win a title this year. They felt like it was a failure. That's how this goes. Like, why are we pretending? Why are we trying to move the goalposts now to protect egos? I know why. Because a lot of people know that they were saying a whole bunch of nonsense, and a lot of that nonsense is finna be, well, I ain't gonna say what's gonna happen, but all I do know is there's a proof of concept on the way, and we're gonna see whether or not you was chatting nonsense or if you really was just, you know, being for real about what you were saying. But y'all gotta stop backpedaling. Some of y'all is over here backpedaling with your opinions, talking about, no, it's okay if we don't win the title. Man, shut that shit up. Bull and a half shit. That is a bunch of hogwash and bullcorn. Hell nah. Damn, I'm a country ass dude. But nah, we're not finna do that. Y'all do not get to backpedal. You don't get to do that. Not a one bit. Again, every year you don't win a title, you gotta reach right back into that war chest and pull a little bit more out. A little bit more out. All right, so I understand that right now, yeah, we got all the, we still kept 6 of the 7 of the core, and we still got 2 of them 3 Phoenix draft picks. All right, that's right now, because there's still rumors that Cam Whitmore might be on the trade block, a guy who I think can really be a value of the team next year. But if they don't think so, screw it, man. I wouldn't trade him, but if they trade him, they got their reasons. We're gonna see what they get back, and like I said, man, for the next 3 years, we just better win a title. We just better win a title. That's all that matters in the next 3 years, bro. Nobody want to hear nothing about no excuses, injuries. None. I don't care. I don't care. You got KD in his twilight years. Every time you don't win with KD, you're gonna be looking back at what you spent to get him, and you're gonna be thinking, what if? And I'm all right with that. Like I said, I'm all right with that, because I do think KD in the next 3 years is probably going to be better than what we had in the next 3 years with otherwise. I do think that. Now, from that point moving forward, I can't really say. And it's easy to say now because, again, it's hypotheticals. Hypotheticals are pathetic. Even though we still use them, me and myself use them. A hypothetical is still pathetic. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, man. This is just, as of today, we got 6 of the 7 core players who we call the core 7. Still got them. 2 of the Phoenix picks. That's of today. We could wake up in the morning and be like, man, we just found out Cam Whitmore got traded. That can happen. Do not think that is above this organization right now. And depending on what we would get back for Cam, that will let me know how I can feel about it. I mean, but right now, y'all know I'm a Cam Whitmore guy too. I like Cam Whitmore, so we shall see. But anyway, theories are about to get tested. All right, the chickens is coming home to roost. But I'm still happy we got KD though. So let me just make sure I make that very, very clear. I'm still happy we got did I say Cam Whitmore? I'm still happy we got KD. Still happy we got KD. Not that I would change that, but you got to look at the other side of it too. Not winning with KD in year 1 guarantees that we're going to have to make some more moves to get us closer, because obviously we weren't close enough. Then in 27, 28, when that will be KD's last season, we'll see what that look like. But y'all got to look at the whole thing, man. Y'all can't be having these old strong declarations with pieces of information. When you look at the whole picture, then you can say, all right, this makes sense. Like if I do this, you only see my face. You don't know where I'm at. If I zoom out like this, I'm clearly in the car. You see the whole picture. You see the whole thing. And if I get out the car and show you what kind of car I got, now you got even more of a picture. That's how that works. Anyway, it's your man's AK Infinity. Follow me on Twitter /X at AKinfinity_VVS. This is the Rockets Propaganda Channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.